Hey folks, welcome back to my channel. My name is Zeals for all you new folks out there, and we're going to talk about the weekly events as well as Cthugha's Rework. So we're just going to go right into it. Okay, so Horus is Wonder Book. He's missing some pages, torn pages, some art piece stuff going on right there. And basically you get them from your mailbox and whoa, I should have checked my mail. So there it is, the daily reward. You get 100 per day and you get what, 7 days in a week? Let me count that up real. Yes, so you get 700 from the daily login bonus. And you're gonna get them from the campaign loot button right there. Bam, and like so. I got 97. Woo! I've been holding out for a while. So that's what you gotta do every 10 hours. You just gotta open this. Just open it like so. Here we go. And on average, without spending, you'll get around 2450, 2470. You know what? Just cut the bullcrap. Let's just round it up and down. So you're gonna get around 24 to 2500. If you've been naughty and not logging in every 10 hours, then you may get around like 22, 2300. So what about these crazy rewards? What is this stuff? It's an artifact, Staff Punisher of Immortal, as well as the Demon Bell. One is an energy artifact with a fine balance of attack and HP. It is the best energy artifact in the game, and we got Staff Punisher of Immortal, really wonderful on crit-based heroes like Penny. And you can see the full stats. You just got to go in your little bags right there. You got to go on the last tab and click on that little bookie, the green book, and you scroll on down and you can see the max stats. And they're powerful, guys. They're powerful, and that is why they are not priced at a cheap price. Of course, DH Games got to, bump up the price. They're desperate like me. Guys, if you want to subscribe, make sure you do so if you haven't already. And smash that thumbs up. If we get to about 24,000 subscribers, I'll do another giveaway. I don't know what I'm going to do this time. Maybe give like 10 monthly cards again. I don't know. We'll see. Just get to 24K, boys. If you haven't already subscribed, oh, my voice is cracking. That's enough. All right, so we got the artifacts up in there. And if you're not spending, the only way you can really get it without spending is get the universal crystals. Yeah, you got to like save up for months and months and months, but that's what I'm going to do. Other than that, we got Ada up in there. She's costly, as well as Horus. So these 4 rewards are going to be in the pay to get territory. And as I said earlier, you are going to get around 24 to 2500 of these torn pages. So if you had about 200 or 250 torn pages, then you can get that 2700 hero, or you can spend 50 bucks and get it by buying the last $10 pack times 5. For those light spenders out there, that is an option. If you are not spending whatsoever, then you're left with Valentino, Heartwatcher skin, as well as Heroic Scrolls and the Prophet Orbs. Now, Valentino right now, he's dwindling down right now in the PvP meta, and you should not be building PvP heroes if you're like a free-to-play player, unless you're like a 3-year-old veteran. And still, you should not build Valentino. So what you should do is get these Prophet Orbs. It's going to be a free source of 8 Prophet Orbs, as well as from the mysterious chest, which is not too mysterious. You can check out all the rewards. They put the 4-star armor back in there. They're listening to us. They're spying on us. They're probing. And the last chest, this time, it is going to be the regular orange artifact shards. There are 11 different artifacts that you get at random. It's not a choice. You open it. Yeah, I'm explaining for the new players out there, of course. If you want to skip to the Cthugha part, make sure you do so. And you got the fearless armor. I cannot click it. The one that looks like a shoulder pad, as well as that pink potion. Those are the ones that are really nice. The one right next to it, scythe, axe, staff, whatever it is. You want that for Penny. That's a low budget artifact for Penny. I have it on my alt account. Well, actually, it's on this account that I'm on, and it's serving me well. So it's not a bad artifact. And the good thing about the orange artifact, the regular ones, not the exclusive ones, like, look at the chance of getting something that is good, right? If you just need an energy artifact, like my Baby Junior account that I'm on right now, then this is gonna be your best bet. But the real question is it worth that 6,000 Gemarinos? I mean, that depends on you. If you're a monthly card holder and you got some VIPs on you, then maybe if you really need a Fearless or an Echo of Death or an energy artifact, then yes, sure, the guild coins are nice, as well as the universal skin shards, but it's RNG dependent. Same with the artifact. The only guaranteed thing is the guild coins, which is, what you need as a new player. But with the big boy events coming our way, we got the Halloween, Black Friday, we got Thanksgiving, maybe, I don't remember about, yeah, it's something about Thanksgiving, as well as Christmas. There's always something you can spend your gems on. So this is going to be a tough decision. I mean, if you're feeling lucky, go ahead. I personally won't do it because I already have a Fearless. I have an Echo of Death. I just really don't need an energy artifact right now. But what about the rest of the chests? Okay, so the Prophet Orbs. You should get this one for sure. I'm just going to do it right now in front of you guys. That is 8 Prophet Orbs, as well as from the Horus Wonder Book. You get 8 from there as well. That is 16, boys. That is a lot. You want to generate as many Prophet Orbs right now as possible, like I just said about the holidays. And this one, 4K, I mean... Whoa, I almost bought it. I don't know why my thumb went there, but the chance of getting a Horus or Penny is 1.67% for Horus and 1.67 for Penny. I've opened a bunch. I haven't gotten a Horus or Penny, but that's just my luck. And because I know my luck, I'm not going to open it. 4K gems, that's a lot. That's a lot of heroic scrolls that I can get from the Aspen Dungeon. But this one right here, that 500 gems for those 5 heroic scrolls, why not? This one, no. Okay, so that's pretty much what I always buy. The other ones up there, they always tempt me, but I want to just have high gem count going into the holiday season. This is where it all started, Flamestrike and the Cthugha combo. First of all, I want to thank you guys once again for joining me, as well as Magnus for letting me use his account. He let me make an Amun-Ra from 5-star to 10-star. What was I thinking? But he needs to make an Amun-Ra anyway, so once he does finish it off, I'll follow you guys up on that. If there's anybody watching that has an E5 Cthugha as well as an Amun-Ra with a very well built team, which I'll talk about later on during the video, then make sure you hit me up as well. What are you doing? Alright guys, let me just be clear. I can't just incorporate all the PvE like Broken Space, Seal Land, Aspen Dungeon, Pray for Fire, all of that stuff into one video. What I'm going to do is pretty much explain what happened today, what I was testing, and some of the test results. And if you do decide to be a good boy and you just want to hang out with me tomorrow, we'll do some Seal Land or something like that. But today we're going to talk about his inner works. Is that the right term? But we're going to talk about how he works. Alright, so let's go from the last passive. And that's how we do things around here. We go backwards. So when he gets hit by actives or basics, if the target is burning, it's going to give Cthugha 10% attack. It stacks. It's nice. And it lasts for 3 rounds. And when taking damage from bleeding targets, if the opponent that is hitting Cthugha is bleeding, whoa, it's going to restore his HP by 60% of his attack. And it's direct instantly and at the end of the round for 3 rounds. So direct heal as well as healing over time. Woo, sounds good, but how do my opponents get bleed debuffs or burning debuffs? While you can bring other heroes to help you do that, you will still be fine with Cthugha thanks to his second passive. Every time he gets hit by a basic or an active attack, he is going to spray his bleeds and burns to 3 random opponents. Now, if you're fighting against 6 opponents, it's harder to cover the ground. When there are 3 opponents left, you can see where this is going. He is going to just give those 3 opponents just a lot of bleeds and burns. And the first passive is pretty much just stats, attack by 25%. It's a multiplier, HP by 20%. I guess they reverted that. It was 25. I guess the spoilers were incorrect. Anyways, that's fine. And the damage reduced, he has damage reduced now by 20%. And he's immune to burns and bleeds. Hello, Bloodblade. Hello, Valkyrie. So an Aspen Dungeon against those waves. Not Penny Wave, but I'm talking about like Bloodblade and Valkyrie waves. Woo! What was that sound? But you get what I'm talking about. And his active attack, you know, deals 236% of attack. Not bad against 3 random enemies. But the second portion of his active attack detonates any burns or bleeds on that target. It's not just gonna pop and detonate those dots for just 100% of the damage. It's gonna do 20% more, so 120%. But if you're a new player and you're wondering, why on earth, Zeals, would you want to detonate it? Because damage over time takes time, and you want to detonate it to do burst damage. And we'll talk more about that. But there's a little thing called a cap. What that means is that he has a limit. So if he has 500,000 attack, in combat. Cap is gonna be 10 million. I'm not saying he's gonna do 10 million damage because there is that 236% of attack damage added on top of that, and it's gonna detonate for 120% of the dot and the bleeds. But the cap, if you have 500k combat attack, you know, hypothetically speaking, it's gonna be capped at 10 million. And in PvE, I know you're already thinking, what about PvE? If you have a Heart Watcher, if you don't have a Heart Watcher, this does not apply to you. If you're just using an E5 Cthugha, then you'll be fine. But if you bring a Heart Watcher with your Cthugha and you have a Nakia and your fight lasts 15 full rounds, in the later rounds, the dot is going to do more damage than what you can detonate for. So basically the cap is going to handicap you, no pun intended, in PvE if you are lasting 15 rounds and you have a Heart Watcher. Remember, Nakia's bleeds alone can do like 90 plus million at the later rounds. If you're gonna pop a 90 million bleed for 10 million, woo, you're doing something wrong. And we're gonna talk about Nakia more in detail soon. So you got the basics, right? We didn't talk about the synergy just yet, but you got the basics. Now, from now on, make sure you concentrate because we're gonna go into ogre mode. This is going into the beast mode where I did all the tests. Now, the first test, I want you to concentrate. So I'm not gonna just put like a random video. I want you to look into Cthugha's eyes. The first test, back when Cthugha released, he had a bug. For example, when Cthugha detonates in combat, it shows the real number. So for example, he would detonate a burn or a bleed for, let's say, 10,000 damage. But at the end of the fight, the after combat report, it would give the full non-capped value. So it would show like 20 million or something. Like a 5-star naked Cthugha with one active attack is not going to do 10 or 12 million. There was a bug showing incorrect numbers, but the boss HP did not reflect that. So the after combat report was wrong. However, that is fixed now. Everything right now so far from my tests are showing correctly in combat and after combat. If I notice something strange, yeah, I'll let you know, of course. That was my first test. That's fixed. Cool. No confusion. We're seeing the real deal in combat and out of combat. Basically, that's what I'm trying to say here. When Nakia does an active attack, you know, just plainly put, she puts a debuff, a bleed stack that lasts for 15 rounds. Now the question that you probably brought with you, if you bring Cthugha and a Nakia together, does Cthugha's active attack explode or detonate that 15 rounds of bleed? When Cthugha does his active attack, it's gonna 100% get rid of Nakia's bleed debuff. However, does it deal that full 15 round damage? The answer is yes, it pops that bleed and it's gonna deal 15 rounds of damage. But there is a condition, of course. Cthugha's cap, 2000% of his attack. So when I was testing it first time, it did 8 rounds worth of dot damage, counting out his 236% of attack damage. I did all the math. I know I'm a freaking nerd, and that's what you're here for. And when I went again with that little baby 15 round bleed debuff, this time it popped it completely, all 15 rounds. Basically, what I'm trying to say here is that, yeah, it detonates Nakia's active attack bleed debuff, all 15 rounds worth of damage. GM confirms it as well. Bam! Here you go. However, okay, this is getting a little bit more complex now. There are 2 alternatives. What are you talking about? So when can we use this correctly, Zeals, right? Well, let's talk about it. First, in PvE, let's talk about PvE once again. In PvE, you don't want to detonate Nakia's bleed. You just want to leave that alone. So when Heart Watcher does her active or basic attack, she applies this Watcher mark that increases your ally's damage done to the target with the debuff. There's going to be a new value for Nakia or any other heroes bleed or burn or poison debuffs because it is constantly changing because of Heart Watcher's Watcher mark stacks. So there's going to be a different snapshot going on when Nakia, we're talking about Nakia. So when she does her basic or active attack, there's going to be a new value, and that is going to put a number next to that bleed debuff. So it's going to go from 1 stack to 2 stacks to 3 stacks to 4 stacks. Now you understand why there are so many stacks. So each stack that comes from an active attack, Nakia's active attack, is going to last 15 rounds. The ones that are applied later on, they're just going to go away a lot sooner. But from her first active to her 6th active attack, that's 6 different stacks because it is snapshotting 6 different values. Are you following me, guys? I know this is complicated. Basically, each stack, that bleed number you're seeing, that 1 or 2, you want to leave that baby alone because Cthugha has a thing called a cap. Why did they put this little condom on him? Anyways, that's why you don't want to detonate it. You're going to lose hundreds of millions of damage just by popping Nokia's bleeds in PvE. I know that sounds gross, but that's just how it is. But in PvP, like I said, it's completely different. You actually want to pop that thing. You want to pop her bleeds because, well, my voice just cracked. But in PvP, you're not going to freaking see 15-round fights. Let's be for real here. You're not going to see 15-round fights. If you are, then, man, you had a good match, I guess. But most fights end in like 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or 7, depending on your team. So you want to pop it, and you want Nokia to reapply, pop it, reapply, pop it. But there's a second condition. I told you, Amun-Ra. If you have Amun-Ra shield up and you pop it, you just healed your opponent's team. You don't want to do that. So when the shields are down, you want to pop it. It's going to do a lot of burst damage from Cthugha, but can you actually control? Like, it's not like an action RPG where you could time it. It's idle game. It's just automatic combat. So what's the too long? Didn't understand, Zeals. Basically, if they have an Amun-Ra, man, you don't want to pop that crap. In PvP, you want passive damage. You want Nokia to do bleeds just passively. And Cthugha, you want him actually just sitting in a CC. I mean, if he's out of a CC, whatever. I mean, he does an active attack. Okay, sure, why not? So if Cthugha does an active attack, he's going to do maybe 1, average, 2, maybe 3. What? Okay, so he's going to do 1 or 2. So basically, once again, in PvP, you don't want to do actives. You don't want to pop anything. You want just passive damage. Just flow through under the radar, you know, through Amun-Ra's shield. Of course, if you're not fighting against Amun-Ra's, if you're in the early game, mid game, and you have a Cthugha and you just got Cthugha and just games like throwing Cthughas and you want penny but games giving you Cthughas, let me breathe. Then basically, don't worry about it. You want to do actives back to back to back to back, baby, because you don't have an Amun-Ra to worry about. And the next test, and of course you're in my channel because you like the tests. The next test is, what about Cthugha's active attack? And I'm not trying to imitate your voice. This is just the nerd in me, okay? I sound like a gnome. And what does the active attack do? Does it like get rid of 1 layer of Amun-Ra's shield, or does it get rid of both 2 layers of Guardian Shadow? And the answer is, takes away 2 layers, as you are seeing now. If Cthugha just can't hold on any longer and he has to let go of his load, you know, just have to poop, and he does his active attack, it's gonna, you know, take off 2 layers. Sure, it's gonna heal them back up a little bit, but it's gonna take 2 layers off at least. And holy damage stat, as well as armor break, armor reduce, heart watcher's mark, cruise, weaken debuff, all of that stuff makes your dot do more damage. Burn and bleed do more damage. So holy damage is not being wasted here whatsoever. Actually, it's gonna do more damage than the attack stone. And of course, he's a ranger, so you want ranger armor sets. There are a lot of choices for artifacts. Yes, there was a difference between the tankiest and the most offensive artifacts. Really depends on your team. If I had an Amun-Ra and Gustin, I would go more glass cannon. And with the enabled talents, I went with something like this. But you really want to have that purify. If you have a Gustin, you can forgo it, go with resilience. And you can also use vitality, or you can go with shelter. It really depends on who you're fighting, but you're going to always want unbending will, that's for sure. And so you gotta gauge how tanky your Cthugha is. You want Cthugha to be alive as long as possible, right? He's in slot 1, so just gauge it. Go tanky first, and if he's surviving, like me, I dropped it down. I went all the way to 4 million HP with an Antler's Cane. Anyways, I'm just gonna go fight. I'm done. All right, let's go. So this boy grew. Yesterday before the rework, I fought him like 20 times. I lost all of them. My Cthugha was doing around like 20 million. Alright, so his deer monster is not maxed out. So we're gonna go with the Phoenix monster. Ideally, you want this bad boy because it gives 15% block for Horus. And you just want Cthugha up, and the deer activation is just too powerful. And it is 6% more damage reduced from the passive armor deck. Anyways, guys, so you want the deer, but I'm just gonna go with Phoenix, okay? Alright, and because, yeah, my heroes have burn synergies. Let's go. Alright, I'm just gonna slow it down a little bit. So Ada just hit. touched Cthugha right there. And basically, okay, he CC. That's a good thing. So he is randomly, just instantly, that dot just ticks instantly. Boom! DA just triggered it as well. And it ticks at the end of the round as well. And that Dark Arthur, though, is looking at us scary. Because we don't have an Amun Ra, we're going to pay the price of not having an Amun Ra. So just because you see DA crushing my team doesn't mean he is, or she is, that amazing in the end game. And oh my god, our team is dying. Oh boy. This DA active. And for those folks out there that are thinking, you know, Cthugha is stealing Flame Strike's damage as well as Valkyrie's. Cthugha still hasn't done an active attack, guys. Oh, and he just did for 8.9. Oh my god, that was a lot. And are we gonna win? Oh, that self-heal. That self-heal, boys. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh, what's going on? What's going on? Round 8. Let's fast forward this. The dots are stacking, but she's healing as well. This is gonna be a stall. Okay, so Cthugha cannot beat. Oh, I was lying. So he just got out of that CC. Oh my god, I can't believe the first fight was that legendary. Wow, that was freaking cool. And Horus doing 21 in slot 2. He's your boy. Karma, we'll see. Karma, I don't think Karma will survive the damage in the end game, but we'll check it out. Mimir down there and Valkyrie. And Flame Strike right there. In this fight, Cthugha actually didn't even steal Flame Strike or Valkyrie's damage. Actually made Flame Strike do more damage. Gave her more stacks. Actually, let me be honest. Let me confess. I didn't watch Flame Strike closely. Maybe her active attack got absorbed and healed the team. I don't know. Flame Strike is pretty stinking slow. So by then, if I'm fighting against one Amun Ra, I think, yeah, let's slow it down here. Whoa. There's the active. The shields are gone at least. Almost. So Flame Strike's gonna come in here. Oh, one crit. Horus doing the work. Ooh. Okay. Here we go. 3v3. This is where he's best. We got one stack of Adas. Ooh. Okay, it's gone. Purify removed it. Yeah. Boom. Get out of here. Asmodeo. Alright. So, man, Cthugha, Horus, reliable. Reliable. That's all that needs to be said. Wait a minute. What about Flame Strike? Okay, Flame Strike, that's her fault. We removed all the shield. And yeah, we did an active attack with Cthugha before Flame Strike. So we didn't, you know, take her damage away or anything. Alright. What about if I removed Flame Strike and Valkyrie? I did that as well. You know what? Let's check it out. We'll fight against the rainbow. Who has a rainbow? Is this a rainbow? Can't see. Yes, it's a rainbow. Alright, so we'll fight the rainbow. We're gonna make ourselves really weak. We're gonna put that up there and a Rosa. Okay, so okay, yeah, that's fine. Horus, his bleed isn't that crazy, so it's not like Cthugha's gonna do like ridiculously more damage because I have a Horus up in there. We're gonna obviously lose. If we win this, I'll be amazed. But we're gonna lose. Ooh, Penny, just abusing. But let's see how much Cthugha can do in maybe 2 rounds. All right. Oh my god. The end of the round damage. Horus laying down the law. Cthugha under CC. That's good. That's good because what the freak? We just won? What? All right. Let's do another one. I'm just going to skip this one. That's freaking crazy. What? We just won again. So Cthugha, 18 million. So Cthugha without Flame Strike and Valkyrie still doing well. And against like GVE teams without Flame Strike and Valkyrie, he was able to break into the 30 mils constantly. But let's see here. We'll fight the same team. This time we did what? 25. We're doing like 20, 25, 18, around there. Let's fight the same dude once again. And he hasn't been online in 10 days. That's depressing. But we'll place in these dudes and let's see if the damage really does spike tremendously. So yeah, you're not seeing a huge spike because of Flame Strike and Valkyrie. Yeah, it does help out to spread all that debuff and stuff. Okay, so it's a little bit more consistent, but without it, He's still fine. He's still fine. So 25 consistent, 3 in a row. And we're going to equip once again. Woo, we lost. That's good. 25 consistent. Let's do that one more time. Same dude. And this time, once again, we're going to remove them. Have a rose up in there as well as an honor guard. And let's go try this out. All right, defeat 25, right? Almost the same crap. Okay, boom. One more. All right, 22. Oh, freaking Horus, man. Jeez. All right, so you guys get the point. You guys get the point. Flame Strike and Valkyrie, it's not mandatory. It's not making Cthugha do like 10 times more damage or double the damage. Anyways, let's fight this guy. No. That's his main account. We're just gonna get wiped. Let's fight Mr. Magoo Ski. Magoo Ski. I actually beat him once. Let's see if I can repeat that. Let's check this out.
From my view, I can see you.
Are we gonna win this one? Oh my god, we're gonna win! Oh my god, oh my god! Oh, whoa, we won! Yeah, take it on, baby. Yeah, Cthugha. I think he did what? 1 active there at the end as well? Okay. So he didn't rob anybody's damage. 36 mil. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And Horus right on up there as well. Even in slot 2, man. Mwah! Ooh, are you serious? Oh my god, are you serious? We're gonna win? Cthugha, Hank. Yes! Another V! What? Alright. Oh, what? Okay. Did he just not take a lot of hits? What was that? Alright, I went back to change the artifact. We're gonna go full glass cannon. Alright, we got 4.5 million HP. Let's go. Whoa, his precision was freaking high. Alright, let's go. Alright, guys, I skipped the fight and I just wanted to test out the artifact and look at what happened. So it's gonna be this fella right here. We're just gonna go right on ahead and like so. Let's go. Ooh, that mim just reduced Cthugha's energy, but it's okay. We're in round 2. He's not CC'd. Okay. All right, he's CC'd now. Good boy. And the opponent's team almost all gone. Cthugha is hanging in there by a thread. And if that was a deer monster active, man, that would have been so hot. But okay. Oh, 1v1 at the end. Just couldn't do it. All right, so 48 with 1 active attack at the end. That just killed him. Oh, I could not remove that balance mark. All right, last one, boys. Last one. Ooh, we got an early casualty. Cthugha doing his thing, being CC'd. Alright, so you can do it 1 active. And the cookie's gonna crumble. Cookie's gonna crumble here. Come on, eat it. Get out. Look at Cthugha just healing up. He's like, I got this. I got this. My bell rate's keeping that Ada up as well. No! Are you serious? Why? Why, Phoenix Monster? Why? If that was a deer. Oh no, no. And Purify removed all the, oh man, okay. You know what, I can't go home like that. You can't go home like that. I'm gonna smash. I'm gonna smash. What's it gonna be? 40 thrill. So, not 40 thrill, but 43 mil. With the Antlers cane there. Alright folks, that's gonna be it for now. It's already way too long, and I'll discuss more about the PvE stuff, do it with you guys throughout the week. So make sure you subscribe and smash that like button, leave a comment down below. What do you think about Cthugha? Now, as for those early game players as well as non-spenders, you should not care too much about the rework, especially Cthugha, because he is more of a PvP oriented and Seal Land and maybe Aspen Dungeon oriented hero for some waves, but other than that, He's not going to do well against the boss fights, so don't worry too much about the rework. If you have him now, then rejoice. If you don't have him, keep continuing to build the hero that you're building. I'll talk about this more later on, talk about what's going on, what to do with this fodder situation with all these reworks. We'll talk about that later on. But for now, it's done. We're done here. Once again, thank you for hanging out with me. And make sure you do all that stuff. Smash that like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm out for now. Your boy Zeals. Peace.